Who do you think told the truth about this? Guess. And you know what? It wasn't on the right, because on the right, we sometimes get into this position where we say, oh, it's the fault of this father for bringing his child over. We don't know what the guy's situation is. We don't know what that guy's situation is. Who told the truth? Chris Cuomo. And I go after Chris Cuomo a lot, and I lump him together with Don Lemon, which after this actually changed my mind about the guy. Don Lemon has never said anything like this. He has never. Don Lemon, as far as I can tell, if they just like put up one of those test patterns, like you would get just as much intelligent commentary as you get from Don Lemon. Chris Cuomo, some light went on. And I'm not even going to run the guy down. I'm not even going to make jokes about it, because what he said was true for both sides, and it was true addressing both sides. Here is what he said about the death of this 7-year-old girl.
Don't demonize people working on the border with false allegations. Don't demonize those desperate enough to do something like this father did for his daughter from Guatemala. Walls matter. But this stare down between the president and the Democrats is a deadly distraction. It's not a single issue problem. We're not a wall away from safety. This system is killing people. The rules allow a flow that the agencies cannot handle. There is desperation on both sides of this. Change is a must. We will see more of this. I hate to say that. I am not an alarmist. God forbid I'm right, but there's no other reasonable conclusion. If you can't accommodate the flow, and people are desperate enough to come any way they can, you're going to have more extreme situations. We can do better. You don't have to let in more people to treat those who apply with humanity and to have a system that has rules that correspond to the resources needed.
You know, I have nothing to add to that. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am. I mean, that was good stuff from Chris Cuomo. You know, on the right, we waste a lot of time demonizing the people who come over, because we say, well, if you cross over, you're a criminal. But of course we know that, and we know there are criminals. And when the people on the left say, oh, there are no criminals, that's ridiculous. We know that criminals come over. Why not? It's a criminal act to break into the country. That's true. But we also know people who are coming over who are desperate. They are tricked by these coyotes. They're told it's easy to get in. They're told once they're in, they're going to be, you know, full citizens, whatever they're told. They don't know it. You know, how do they know what the truth is? And you come over with your kid and your kid dies, you know, that's a tragedy. It's a tragedy either way. None of us can sit and say, you know, that none of us can shrug that off. And he's right about this. He's right, too, that Trump is stuck with the wall. He promised the wall. He made the big issue over the wall. The wall would be helpful. I do believe the wall would be helpful. I'm not sure it's the most helpful thing. I'd rather see that E-Verify really put into effect. But the wall would be helpful. But it's not the only thing. And the issue is, guess who also says this? Donald J. Trump, who is president of the United States, also says this. The problem is Congress. The problem is Congress, and the problem with Congress is, to some degree, the people. The people will not let them compromise, no matter what they do. If anybody on the right says, hey, you know, ultimately, the people who are already here are going to have some kind of path to legitimacy, if not to citizenship, the right goes insane. But that's the truth. That's the way it's going to be. I've told you this from before Trump was running for president, that at some point, the people who are here are going to have a path to legitimacy. And if anybody on the left says, oh, you know what, we actually do need security, and here is what it looks like, and here's what we're going to do. I mean, we heard Chuck Schumer in that meeting in that argument with Trump say, we're offering you the same thing as last time. I mean, if it was good last time, but of course it wasn't good last time. So they're cowardly, they're mealy-mouthed, they're lying about what they want, and Chuck Schumer's waving his pen around and saying, we let King Donald make a law. What do you expect? You don't expect us to make laws. We're just legislators, you know. When you have Chuck Schumer saying that, that's a problem too. Chris Cuomo is absolutely right.